Hello student. Now we are starting the other chapter of our science book. It's chapter number 15 and it is of our environment. So in our environment, today we are going to discuss how we are affecting the our environment and different activities of human being to affect the environment. Here we are going to discuss regarding the waste, garbage, ozone layer and biological magnification. So students, first we should remember what is our environment. In lower classes we have studies the environment is a sum total of the external factor that influence the life and the development of the organism. So whatever we have, our surrounding, that is our environment. That's maybe plant, that may be animal, that's maybe the mountain, that's maybe the our climatic condition. All these things come under our environment, and this sum total of all external factor, they are influencing to us, they are affecting to us, and they play the vital role in the development of an organism. So thus we are defining what is environment: the sum total of the external factor or external condition that influence the life, that affect the life and development of the organism, is called our environment. Students, in our environment, we must remember first one important thing, and that is what happen when we add our waste to the environment. First important thing, what happen when we add our waste to the environment. So per day we are generating the lot of waste material, and this waste material are thrown away. So here we should understand what are the sum of the waste material which are generated per day. We have the one activity in our NCERT book also. It's activity 15.1. Let's we have to understand first it. So we should collect the waste material from nearby our house, and this waste material may be from the kitchen, maybe from the vegetable peel, maybe from the leaf, tea leaf, or maybe from the milk packet, empty cartoons, waste paper, empty medicine bottles, it trips, or bubble pack, or other old clothes, as well as the broken footwear and glasses also. So this material we have to collect from our home, and that material we have to dump, we have to dump it, we have to make the pit, and we have to keep this all waste material in the pit for few days. So once we are keeping in the pit, about pit should be at least the 15 centimeter deep from in the soil. So if we are keeping this waste material, it will at least 15 to 20 days. And what is happen? What is observed after 15 days? So after 15 days, we come to know that some of the material, this some of the material will be decomposed by the action of microbes, but some of the material will not be changed, will not be decomposed. Okay, so if materials there remain unchanged over the long period of time, this is the one category. And some material which change occurs their form. So when the if I am taking vegetable peel will be decomposed, so change occur. But there is a plastic, then plastic no change take place. So waste material, whatever waste material we are generating, and this waste material, thus we are having the in two category. The waste material are biodegradable and non-biodegradable. So biodegradable waste material means what? This type of material which are degraded and decomposed by the action of microbes. So biodegradable material are decomposed, they break up by the action of the microbe, such as domestic sewage, livestock wastage, municipal wastage, torn clothes, waste paper, dried leaf, kitchen wastage, vegetable peel, tea leaf. All these are the biodegradable wastage. So these wastage are decomposed by the action of microbe. This cause pollution only when they added in the larger amount than their rate of degradation. Second category of waste material is non-biodegradable wastage. And this type of wastage are not decomposed by the extent of microbe. They cannot be degraded. And this type of waste material are called the non-biodegradable waste material, such as glass, plastic waste, aluminum can, radioactive substances, synthetic polymer, heavy metals, pesticide like DDT and BSC, and polythene bag or polyethylene bag. So these are the some non-biodegradable wastage which are not decomposed by the action of the microbe. So whatever wastage we are generating, that wastage we are keeping in two categories: biodegradable wastage and non-biodegradable wastage. Second important part is, student, garbage. So manage, how to manage the garbage. If you will visit the cities and towns, so you will see the heaps of the garbage. The waste material are dumped in the some sites, and the heap of garbage we can easily observe in nearby the city or the town. So once we are observing such type of the garbages in the cities and town, sometime what happens, such type of wrappers which help to cover the food item, they are also used. So the tourist interested and are sure to find the place litter with the empty food wrapper. So in tourist place also we are observing. So in tourist place what happen? These tourists, when they are eating the food, then waste of the material or these substances are they are living there. In these cases, the lots of garbage, a lot of waste material is generated, and this waste material is create the problem. So this waste material, now the improvement in our lifestyle have resulted the greater amount of the waste material. So more waste material are generated due to our lifestyle. Change in attitude also have the role to play more and more things becoming disposable. So now we are using such like of things which are use and throw type of things. So this changes in the packaging also resulted in the much wastage become so non-biodegradable. So generally the food item are packed with the aluminum foil or plastic bags we are using to keep the foods. Okay, so packaging we are doing, packaging also we are using the plastic. So what happened? Now the lifestyle is changed, and due to the changing lifestyle, we are using the some materials which are disposable material, use and throw material, and that's why the use of these non-biodegradable substances is increases in our society, and this increasing garbage, increasing the waste material are creating the problem for our environment. Students, one you will remember, once we are suffering, we are traveling one places to another places, and basically in the trains. So what happened in the trains? We remember that our parents they are taking the tea in the plastic glasses. So these plastic glasses are not biodegradable. Sometimes the plastic glasses are replaced by the kulhad. Kulhad is made up of actually clay, but this also accumulation of the kulhad, it also degraded the fertility of the soil, so it lost the fertile top soils also. So plastic glasses are also non-biodegradable, cause the pollution. And coolherd also, it's lost the fertile topsoil. So we have the alternative solution here, and that alternative solution is that the disposable paper cups are used today. So to reduce the garbage, it is the necessary to such type of substances we have to use which can be decomposed easily instead of non-biodegradable substances. So this is about the managing of garbages. Okay, so garbages have to be decomposed. In cities, what happen? The whatever waste material is collected by the municipal corporation, this waste material they are separating the in a category of biodegradable and non-biodegradable, and from the biodegradable substances they makes the manure. They are decomposing by the action of microbe, and but non-biodegradable material are separated and they are sent for the recycling. So this is the a good method, that biodegradable material have to be converted into manure, whereas non-biodegradable material have to be sent for the recycling. But we must remember that we should not use the excess quantity, more quantity of the non-biodegradable substances. Second, after this one, second part is ozone layer. And ozone layer is what students we should understand. Ozone formula is O3, and it is molecule which is formed by the three atoms of the ozone, because ozone is a one molecule which is formed by the three atom of oxygen, and that's why ozone is O3. So how this molecule of O3 is formed? And this actually ozone is a very it is deadly poisonous. Ozone is a O3 is the deadly poison. But this ozone in our stratosphere, it form one layer. So in stratosphere it form the one layer, and this layer help to prevent the ultraviolet rays which come from the sun. So it forms the sealed surface of the earth, and due to this one ultraviolet rays are not enter, because UV rays are the very harmful rays. So this ozone layer help to prevent the entry of ultraviolet rays, and these ultraviolet rays are very harmful because it causes the skin cancer, and later we are coming the how the ultraviolet rays are harmful. So first we should understand ozone O3 molecule, and this is a molecule made up of three atom of oxygen. Student, how this ozone molecule is formed? So we know the oxygen. So in the higher level of atmosphere, the product of UV radiation acting on the oxygen molecule. So oxygen molecule is present, and this oxygen molecule is O2. So in the presence of ultraviolet rays, in the higher level of the atmosphere, the ultraviolet rays, they split up the oxygen molecule, and this oxygen molecule is changed into free oxygen, that is O plus O. So O2 in the presence of UV, it's converted into free oxygen molecule which is O plus O. Now this free oxygen molecule, it's combined with the other molecule of the oxygen. So O plus O2, and then the ozone is formed. Ozone is a one molecule. It is formed because O2 plus O plus O2, then O3 molecule, it's the ozone molecule. And as I told you, ozone layer is in the stratosphere, and this ozone layer prevent the entry of UV rays. So UV rays do not reach on the earth surface. But nowadays what happened, the thickness of the ozone layer is thickness of the internet decreases. It means ozone layer thickness is decreasing. So it is found that some chemical released from the industries, CFC, chlorofluorocarbon, and this chlorofluorocarbon is a one chemical. Generally this chemical are used in the refrigerant as well as in the fire extinguisher. So once the refrigeration or AC compartment or fire extinguisher, if we are using in more, in our industry also, chlorofluorocarbon CFC. So these chemicals are released and these chemicals are damaging the ozone layer, and that's why the ozone layer is becoming thin and thin day by day. And ozone hole, it is called the thinning of the ozone layer is called the ozone hole. And this ozone layer, it means there is a thin surface of the ozone, and due to the thin surface the ultraviolet rate, the UV rays, they are passing through the ozone layer, and they are reaching on the earth surface, and that they causes the number of genetic disorder also, skin cancer also, okay, and they reduces the immunity of our body also. So world level organization, it's the United Nations Environment Program, UNEP, and this UNEP is succeeded, and in UNEP, that United Nations Environment Program succeeded in arranging an agreement to freeze the CFC production at 1986 level. So many countries of the world, they came together under this UNEP program, and they decided to reduce the emission of CFC, because this CFC is the chemical which damages our ozone layer. So thus students, there are some ill effects of ozone layer. As I told you, thinning of ozone layer result in the increase in the UV radiation, and they reaching the earth surface. So the ozone layer become thin. So UV radiation are reaching on the earth surface. It is estimated that 5% loss of ozone shield result in the 10% increase in the UV radiation. It means if ozone layer is lost 5%, then 10% UV radiation they reach on the earth. So there are some effect of the UV radiation. When the UV radiation are reach on the surface of earth, so what happen? Increases the cataract of eyes and skin cancer diseases, decreases the functioning of the immune system. Our body immune system become weak. It inhibits the photosynthesis process in phytoplankton. So it's affect the aquatic life. Rate of mutation of nucleic acid is increases, decreases the crop yield, and degrade the paint, plastic and other polymer materials of our monuments and building. So these are the some ill effect of the ozone depletion. What is ozone depletion? Ozone depletion means the thinning of the ozone layer due to CFC, chlorofluorocarbon. So ozone layer become thin, and that is called ozone layer depletion. So if ozone layer is depleted or become thin, so such type of some effect occur. As I told you, cataract of eyes, skin cancer, immune system become weak, inhibit the process of photosynthesis in phytoplankton, and thus aquatic ecosystem get affected. Mutation come in the nucleic acid, decreases the production of the crop like rice, cotton, soybean, bean, pea, sorghum, and paint, plastic also degraded. So these are the some effect of ozone layer depletion. One more important thing is given children, that is the biomagnification, or it is called biological magnification. It is very complicated process, but we have to understand very easily. First definition of biological magnification, and then we will discuss about its explanation. Biological magnification, it is also called biological concentration or biological amplification. It is characterized by the increase in the amount of some non-biodegradable substances in successive traffic level of the food chain. So try to understand children. Suppose plants are the producer, they produces the food. These food are eaten by the herbivorous animal, cow-like of organism. They eat these grasses. So grasses are the main grasses product food by photosynthesis. Then grasses are eaten by the cattle-like of herbivorous organism like cow, and the herbivorous organism are eaten by other level of organism. So what happened in biological magnification? First we understand the farmers are using some pesticides like bactericide to kill the bacteria, fungicide to kill the fungus, okay, wormicide, nematocide to kill the so farmers are using these some pesticides, as well as they are using the some chemicals in their agriculture. So these pesticides, as I told you, DDT is the pesticide, BHC is the pesticide, gamaxin, hexachloride is the pesticide, even uh, cordine, heptachlor, all these are the some pesticides. So farmer uses the pesticide to control the pest along with the some chemical substances, and these chemical substances they spray in the field. So the harmful chemical they reach nearby water body, because these are the non-biodegradable substances. So these non-biodegradable substances along with the water, the water which is in the crop or it is in the field, along with that water it reach to the water body like the pond or river. So when this comes in the water body, in water body there are the some aquatic plants. The aquatic plants uses the water, so along with the water the chemical enter into the plants. Then the plants are eaten by the fishes like of organism. So this chemical enter into the fishes. Fishes are fed by the some birds. So this chemical enter into bird. Suppose human being are eating the bird, so the chemicals will reach to the human being also. And those animal are on the higher level, they get seriously affected by the chemicals effect, and this process it is called the biological magnification. Once again, see what is biological magnification. Increase in the amount of some non-biodegradable substances, it means pesticide and chemicals, in successive traffic, it means up to higher traffic level, from lower traffic level to higher. Lower traffic level, suppose plant, then fishes, then birds, then human being. So it seriously affect the higher level of organism. So what is the biological magnification? It's the process in which toxic chemical substances or non-biodegradable substances they passes to higher level, from lower level to higher level, and higher level of organism is seriously affected. One you can see one example is here of the biological magnification and DDT in the aquatic chain. So DDT is spread in the field. The farmers are using the DDT to kill the insect. So this DDT along with the water, it's come in the water body. In water body there are the aquatic life such as phytoplankton. Phyto it means plant, and plankton those are floating. So the plants those are floating on the surface of water, they are called phytoplankton. So DDT come in the phytoplankton. These phytoplankton are eaten by the animal, it is called, these are called zooplankton. So chemical DDT enter into zooplankton. From zooplankton, these are eaten by the fishes. So chemical enter into fish, and fishes are eaten by the bird. So this DDT enter into bird. Suppose the birds are eaten by the human being, so the chemical will enter into. So in this one case you will find higher level of organism is bird. So bird is seriously affected by the DDT, and this is a circulation or transport of DDT from the lower level to higher level, and higher level of organism is seriously affected by this DDT or pesticide, and this the process is called biological magnification. So it is all about the uh, effect of environment, or it is how do our activities affect the environments. Thank you, children.